My seatmate, who never studied, somehow got a mind-reading system that allowed her to cheat off my thoughts during the SAT. She used it to get into Harvard. Meanwhile, she reported me for cheating on the SAT. My parents and brother even sided with her as witnesses. I refused to admit guilt, but my own brother pushed me off a high-rise building. I died with my eyes wide open in disbelief. When I woke up again, I had returned to 1 month before the SAT. In the exam room, my seatmate could barely hide her smug expression, but I simply put my head down and took a nap. SAT? What SAT? I don't need it at all. Ava, wake up. How can you sleep in class at a time like this? I was jolted awake by a hard shove. I stared blankly at my impatient seatmate, Lily White. Are you crazy? The SAT is right around the corner and you're sleeping in class instead of studying. You'll have plenty of time to sleep when you're dead. Her words were harsh and her expression was mean. In my previous life, I thought she was being strict with me for my own good. I ended up scoring nearly perfect on the SAT and was the undisputed top student. But before the scores were released, Lily reported me for cheating on the SAT. My parents even sided with Lily as witnesses, accusing me of cheating on the exam, all because Lily promised them $500,000. Don't be stupid. That's $500,000. With that money we can buy a big house. Your brother will be set for life too. I want to study abroad. Besides, it's just a 3-year ban from taking the SAT again. You're smart. You can still get into Harvard or Yale in 3 years. The words from my mother and brother were so unreasonable, I could hardly believe my ears. My father had always seen me as his pride and joy, but that day, he chain-smoked cigarettes before finally nodding in agreement. I couldn't accept this outcome. I ran out crying to confront Lily, but my brother Tim pushed me off the roof. Before I fell, Lily whispered in my ear, Ava, aren't you curious why I reported you for cheating? It's because I have a mind-reading system. During exams, I can hear all the answers in your mind. Our test papers were too similar. Of course the cheater had to be you. I finally understood everything, why she got close to me, helped me, always encouraged me to study hard. It was all for her own benefit. I died full of hatred and resentment. After my death, my parents and brother wasted no time using the $500,000 to buy a big house. They also happily helped Tim contact study abroad agencies. It was as if I had never existed. My SAT scores were invalidated. Lily became the top scorer. With perfect scores in math, physics, and chemistry, she was successfully admitted to Harvard. Top SAT scorer, science genius, wealthy family background, stunning beauty. With so many impressive titles, she attracted widespread attention and became America's sweetheart overnight. My decades of hard work ended up paving the way for her success. But I'm in control of my own fate now. In this new life, I will make Lily pay for everything she's done. The last practice test before the real SAT was a statewide mock exam. When I came back to life, the mock exam had just finished. I still scored 1580, ranking first in the state. My homeroom teacher and the academic director were grinning from ear to ear. If the principal hadn't stopped them, they probably would have started celebrating having a potential SAT perfect scorer. Meanwhile, my seatmate Lily White scored 1570, ranking 10th in the state. While the school was happy to potentially have another Ivy League candidate, they still had major doubts. That's because Lily had always been at the bottom of the class before, a true slacker. Her sudden leap in scores was very suspicious. So when going over the mock exam in class, Ms. Thompson deliberately called on Lily to answer a question she got right. Lily, please come up and explain how you solved this problem. Walk us through your thought process. Lily stood up looking very flustered. In my mind, I silently recited the correct solution and answer. But Ms. Thompson's expression gradually darkened as Lily still couldn't explain it. Seeing Lily's hands clenched nervously together, I felt relieved. It seemed her mind-reading ability only worked during actual exams. In my previous life, I didn't know about her mind-reading system, so I never noticed these details. This time, I had to figure out exactly how her mind-reading system worked in order to plan my revenge. After testing it multiple times, I finally confirmed that she couldn't hear my thoughts outside of exams. Just as Ms. Thompson was about to lose her last bit of patience, Lily spoke up. Ms. Thompson, I got all these questions right. I need to review other topics now. Can you stop bothering me? Her words were so rude that the whole class gasped. Many students gave Lily a thumbs up in admiration. Ms. Thompson tapped the podium to quiet everyone down. Lily grew even more confident under everyone's admiring gazes. She arrogantly raised her chin and stared straight at Ms. Thompson. I don't want to waste my time on these simple questions. It's a waste of my talents. Ms. Thompson's gaze towards Lily was dark and unreadable, filled with extreme disappointment and disgust. This incident made Lily infamous throughout the school. Just like in my previous life, she put zero effort into studying. She was an expert at makeup, gaming, partying, everything except academics. She even led the bullying of hardworking students who couldn't improve their grades. The worst victim was Fiona. Lily would kick Fiona's desk when walking by, scattering her things all over the floor. Then she'd cross her arms and mock, "Stupid pig brain, you'll never get into college no matter how long you study." Her sycophantic followers would chime in, "That's right, Lily, not everyone can be a genius like you and score over 1550 without even studying. Yeah, even that Ava girl only beat you by 10 points after studying so hard. Ha ha ha, what a joke." Standing outside the classroom, I frowned as I listened to them freely mocking Fiona and me. I remembered how Lily bullied Fiona in my past life too, locking her in bathroom stalls and cornering her in dead ends to force her to kneel. I couldn't stand it and advised Lily to study seriously instead of bullying classmates. She said she was bullying Fiona because Fiona was jealous of my good grades and badmouthed me behind my back. Lily claimed she was just getting revenge for me. Although I didn't care if Fiona badmouthed me or not, and told Lily many times not to seek revenge for me, I still believed her words. I stopped helping Fiona with her studies. Being ostracized by both the top student and the richest, prettiest girl in class, Fiona's final days of high school were miserable. She couldn't perform to her true potential on the SAT either. Guilt washed over me. I walked into the classroom and called Lily to study with me. Lily seemed reluctant, so I smiled slightly and said, "But I can't focus on studying without you by my side." Hearing that, she immediately ditched her lackeys and returned to her seat with me. She was waiting to cheat off my answers during the SAT, so of course she wanted me to study as much as possible. She couldn't let me slack off. After that, I always used the excuse of needing her company to study seriously, leaving her no time to bully Fiona. Seeing me study diligently, she felt at ease playing games under the desk. As soon as school ended, she'd remind me to study hard before running off at lightning speed. After she left, I would lend my study notes to Fiona and use my free time to tutor her, trying to make up for my mistakes in my past life. In the following practice tests, Lily successfully scored over 1550 each time as she wished. I even deliberately scored lower than her once, letting Lily beat me by a few points. During the exams, I kept thinking to myself, these questions are so easy, I could probably score 1580 even if I took the test with my eyes closed. If the Real SAT is this easy, getting into Harvard or Yale would be a piece of cake. My thoughts, combined with the shock of her beating me, completely put Lily at ease. She stopped hovering over me and forcing me to study, and gradually stopped coming to school altogether. When our homeroom teacher called to persuade her to come to school, Lily brazenly replied, I can score better than Ava without even studying. I'm guaranteed to get into Harvard anyway, so you should spend your time worrying about those idiots who can't even get into community college. In my past life, she was so afraid I'd slack off that she kept a close eye on me at school every day. Her complete disregard for me now actually made things more convenient for my plans. During her absence from school, Lily started dabbling in social media. This was something that didn't happen in my memories of my past life, or maybe it did, and I just didn't know about it. She created an account portraying the life of a high school senior preparing for the SAT, but instead of actual SAT prep, her videos were all about makeup, fashion, and various forms of entertainment. With marketing funds and a professional team, plus her stunning looks, Lily quickly attracted a large following online. Whenever anyone questioned her, she would show off her high practice test scores and declare that she was sure to be the top scorer and get into Harvard. Some of our classmates even vouched for her online. She became an internet sensation, praised by everyone as a genius girl. I didn't have a smartphone, so I heard all this from my classmates. I didn't comment on any of it, just kept my head down and focused on my own studies. Although I deliberately let Lily hear my arrogant thoughts during exams, in reality I felt very uncertain. I had no way to block her from eavesdropping on my mind, but I firmly believed that in the face of true ability, all schemes and tricks were paper tigers. So I studied even harder than in my past life. I arrived at school before dawn every day, and stayed late after evening self-study sessions to continue studying in the classroom. Many classmates were motivated by me and voluntarily stayed behind to study as well. I generously tutored them and explained difficult concepts and problems. Finally, a week before the SAT, I received a message from Ms. Thompson. The moment Ms. Thompson nodded, I felt the weight on my shoulders instantly disappear. I had perfect scores in math, physics, and chemistry on the practice tests. Yale's admissions office opened a special admission channel for me. As long as I passed their test, I would be admitted with a full scholarship. In both lives, Yale only opened this channel for me, not for Lily who ranked second. That's why Lily resented Yale and was determined to choose Harvard as the top scorer, to make Yale regret it. But in my past life, my goal was Harvard, so I flatly rejected Yale's offer. This time, I had to find a way to avoid taking the SAT. It was too late to prepare for academic competitions. Yale's olive branch was my only and best way out. I asked Ms. Thompson to keep it confidential, so no one else knew about this even after I received Yale's early admission notice. Ms. Thompson still hoped I would take the SAT. Even with early admission, the prestige of being the top SAT scorer would obviously benefit both me and the school. I apologized and explained that I would take the SAT, but definitely wouldn't get the top score. Ms. Thompson couldn't understand why, but seeing that I refused to explain further, she didn't press the issue. You're a good kid. You've always known what you want. I respect your decision. Looking at Ms. Thompson's reassuring and encouraging gaze, I felt a lump in my throat and almost burst into tears. In both lives, Ms. Thompson was the only person besides Lily who ever showed me warmth.